All right, looks like we're rolling. I think we're rolling. I don't know. It says we're live. All right. Looks like there's a little bit of delay here. Okay, trying to figure this out. All right, so viewers out there watching, and YouTube said there was only one of you out there. So whoever you are, type in and say hello, so I can see if I can read these messages here, because I'm still trying to figure this chat thing out. Just got it set up through the Google Hangouts easy route. See what's going on here. Okay, so apparently for me to read the comments, I got to go over to where it's broadcasting out on YouTube and read them as they come in through there. So a little bit behind here. Give me a quick second. All right, so Doghouse says, coming through good here. Johnny Parr 91. Hey, Duke. Hey, Johnny. George Gooding. Hello. Hello, George. Colt 1911. Hello, Duke. Hi, Colt. All right, so as I was saying, this is just kind of a testing this out to see if it's going to work. Been wanting to do this for a while, and I just never got around to it, never had time to do it. But now I got this laptop, and I've kind of figured out how to do it, so we're testing it out here. But this is kind of, as I said, impromptu. As I said before, the reason is I'd wanting to get do a group chat with a couple of the YouTube channels on here. One of these nights, a couple of those Black Powder YouTube channel guys, and Arizona Ghost Riders, Destin Weiner, them kind of guys. So just kind of see what's going on. Hascat present. Welcome, Hascat, and Walks Fletcher. Howdy, 5x5. Howdy, Walks. So yeah, if you got any questions for me tonight, go ahead and throw them out there. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure this thing out and see how it's going to run. And I figured we'd go for a little while here tonight, maybe an hour, hour and a half. I can't go too late because I got to be at work early tomorrow. I'm starting my season down here. I'm back in Colorado, for those of you that don't know. Made it back this week. I've been trying to catch up on stuff around the house here this week. And I forgot to renew my rifle range membership, so we ain't been able to film anything this week. Yeah, any questions you got, go ahead and throw them at me. I'll go ahead and see. We've got some new people coming in. Michael Ray, hi. Hi, Michael. Gray Jackson, hello there. Howdy, Gray. 357 Bullfrog. Hey, 357, how are you doing? Hank Bob 2000. Hey, Duke. Henry. Hey, Henry. What do you know, man? I got your holsters in the works. I'm trying to get everything unpacked and sorted out so I can get them done. Max Jenner. Hey, Max. So yeah, any questions you got for me, guys, go ahead and throw them at me. We'll see what we can go on here. All right. Michael Ray, is there any specific way to clean a brown Bess? There's more than one way to skin a cat. I'll put it that way. The way I like to do it is pull the lock off, and then you just pour hot water down the barrel. And it ain't got to be boiling hot, but hot water from the tap usually work. Pour that down the barrel. That'll kind of loosen things up a bit. And then what I went and done, and I don't have it here, unfortunately, I bought a couple adapters for a 12-gauge Jag. And then there's an adapter that you can thread onto the end of your brown Bess musket so you can take those Jags and basically turn your ramrod into a cleaning rod. And that's what I clean it out with after I run water down there. And I'll run some ballistol as well, just to kind of help get some oil in there to to help prevent rust. That's how I do it. I'm going to have a video on that here before too long. It's just going to take me a while to film because I got to do some catching up. All right. Thomas Pickering, hello all from a snowstorm in Calgary. Hello, Thomas. I feel for you. Where I was at both there in South Dakota, starting about the end of February, we had several snowstorms. I'm sure it's worse up there in Canada. The snowstorms get worse, but I had my fill of snow this year, man. I don't want any more of it. Colt 1911. Do you shoot with combustible paper cartridges? You know, I've been trying to make some, and my fingers, I can do all kinds of stuff with. Wrapping them paper cartridges is not one of them. Walks Fletcher, you make leather goods. Yeah, I make several holsters. In fact, I've got a few prototypes that are sitting here that are unfinished. Like I said, they're prototypes. And I have to adjust the camera angle here so I can see what's going on, so I can make sure I got it in there. But this is a prototype I call a photographer. Came from a picture of a photographer from the 1800s. I don't know if it had this kind of tooling. I was playing around with tooling at the same time, so I did it there. But that's one of my holster styles. This one was a prototype that I was making for a guy that had the flap on it, and I later found a really, really good book that showed good pictures of these and realized that that was not attached by this means. This flap is actually all one piece, so we're going to make adjustments to that. But yes, I do make leather holsters. If you want something specific on a leather holster, email me at dukefrazierproductions@gmail.com, and you can find that in a couple of the videos I got here on the channel. But anyway, if you want to order something, we can work something out there. All right, I got to go back over here. Max Jenner, got my first black powder gun, a Walker, a while back because you interested me into black powder so much. That's a big gun for a starter, but I'm glad we got somebody interested in the sport. It's a real fun sport out there. And the Walker's not bad. It's just that it's got its quirks. But if you had that or Patterson for a first, the Walker would be better. And same is true for Lamat. Lamats are kind of a pain. I don't have one, but from what I've heard, they're kind of a pain. Michael Ray, thank you. You bet. Walks Fletcher, why not just use a cleaning rod? You could use a cleaning rod. I just bought the adapter so that I could have everything in my bag and I wouldn't have to carry an extra cleaning rod if I was cleaning it out in the field. That was why it fits all in my Possibles bag. So if I use it at work, I can clean it down there. 357 Bullfrog, check Plowboy Ghost. He's a bid that'll have you making cartridges in a few minutes. Yeah, I've watched a few of his videos on the cartridges, and I bought the Manly cartridge formers, but I just cannot get my fingers to bend around. I don't know if it's early onset arthritis or what. I cannot get my fingers to bend. They get so sore after trying to wrap a cartridge. It's not even funny. Max Jenner, do you have any interest in making any videos on the Lamat? I've handled them a couple times and they seem like fun. If I had the money. I would love to have them Lamat. I'll be honest, I'd love to have one. The price point is just too high for me to get it, so not even going to consider it. I don't usually spend more than $500 on a gun, a handgun, with the exception of my 73 single action that I just recently got. That one I paid a little bit more for. As a general rule, 500 is my limit on handguns. But if I ever find a Lamat used for a really reasonable price, then I might consider it. But as a general rule, no, I'm not really. Probably won't do a Lamat anytime soon. See, it got ahead of me here, so I'm trying to catch up. Michael Ray, why not use rubber bands to hold the Walker hammer? Oh, you could, but rubber bands weren't available in 1847. So if I was going to do that, I would use a piece of rawhide. Just make a little rawhide loop that you could slide in and off. I kind of went with a fix that wouldn't impede on the the visual aspect of the gun, so I put a notch in there. But the newest walker that I got is a much newer model. I don't remember what year it was made in. I was thinking it's either 15 or 16. But anyway, I took that out to the range. That was on that video, tips and tricks of the walker. And I shot that thing, and the loading lever never fell on it. I don't recall it ever falling. So newer ones, I don't know if that's a problem still or not. Any of you guys that have a newer one, if you have that problem, go ahead and comment in there and let us know. But I didn't have that problem with my newest one. Doghouse, that was mine as well for a pistol. I would take mine out on hunts with the Kaido rounds. Yeah, I'm going to be testing those Kaido rounds. So unfortunately, where I'm at, I can't hunt with a black powder pistol. Not a repeating one anyway. It's illegal, which is a shame. But I would take the walker deer hunting if I could get within 10 yards. Other than that, I wouldn't try it. But Walks Fletcher, I got cleaning rod stuff in the trunks under the back seat of cabs of all my vehicles. Yeah, I've done that too. I usually, when I go to the range up here shooting a video, I always try to keep a spare cleaning rod. I'm not real good about it, but I try to keep one. But where I work at, I'm doing living history, so I just can't carry a cleaning rod down to, the camp and have it laying around there. So I just use something that once the visitors are gone and things get a little bit more relaxed, I can screw that brass thing on there, give it a real quick clean, and I'm done for the day. Max Jenner, I filed down part of the loading lever on my walker, and it had never fallen on me. That's what I did with my my first walker that I bought, my oldest walker. I filed a notch in it that I did in that video a while back. And it falls under recoil if you use conicals, but if you're shooting round balls of 40 grains, you can shoot them all day. It won't drop. Doghouse, mine has stayed up without any problem. Good. Yeah, I think that's a newer thing. Sorry, this thing is bleeping at me. Some of the newer ones are getting better about that, but they're also kind of getting one down. Hank Bob, hemp as well as rawhide for the walker lever is also period correct. Yes. Yeah, that's another one too as well. You could probably even use brain tan deer leather, anything that would be available at that time. But hemp would make it work, yeah. 357 Bullfrog, yeah, but hemp would make it shoot higher than normal. Well, I am in Colorado, and I actually got a hemp plant going in just down the road from me. I'd rather not have that around, but I ain't got much say in it, so. I don't know why this comment was held for review, but it was. Max Jenner, any interest in doing milsurp stuff or more black powder stuff? Yes. In fact, I got a Carcano rifle that was given to me. Belonged to a very dear friend of mine, and when he passed a few years ago, and then his son, about a year after that, his son told me that I could take it because he really didn't want to have it around anymore. So yeah, I got a Carcano we're going to do a video on as soon as I can get some ammunition. And then I've done videos on the Mosin Nagants, and that was on the old channel before it unexpectedly it got deleted. I should have known better than how I set it up, and it wasn't anything YouTube's fault. It was my fault completely. But anyway, I had some of the Mosin Nagants because I've got a few of them around. I'll revisit them again here in the future. But yeah, I'm going to try to start getting into some of that milsurp stuff. Just having fun. Hello, Duke. Hello. Have you ever shot the Uberti revolver carbine? What's your thoughts? I have not. I've looked at them. I've looked at the 1858. I almost bought one. I was up at a Cabela's. Was it in Rapid City or was it Sidney, Nebraska? I'm thinking it was Rapid City, South Dakota is where that was at. They had one there that had a big chunk taken out of the stock, and it was on a really good price. I think they had it listed at the time. They were going for like 400, and they had it marked down to like 289 or something like that. Anyway, I thought about buying it. I didn't. I didn't have the money at the time. And I thought about getting one. I just haven't thought that serious on it. The cartridge conversion ones, I have not. I've actually never even seen one in person, to be honest. I've seen them advertised on several places, but never seen one in person. The Colt 73 style. Johnny Parr 91. What's the best 44 cap and ball revolver in your opinion? Oh boy, that's a tough one. The Walker is really good just because of the amount of power it can deliver. The 1860 Army, I have a love-hate relationship with it. And it's not so much the model, it's the makers, because both of mine have been cap jamming guns. So I really hate them because of that, but I really love them because both Piet and my Uberti 1860 shoot really, really good. But and the Walker's kind of unwieldy. It's heavy. So I guess it would depend on what the use would be. But as a hunting gun, if you're going to hunt with black powder, a Walker would be the best 44. If you're just blanking, 1860 would be good. It's cheaper to shoot too. Michael Ray, do you have any intentions to do British black powder guns? Well, I do have a couple of videos on Brown Bess musket, and that's British. I thought about doing an infield. I really, really, really would love to have an infield musket, but it's one of those that usually when I buy a gun, I try to buy for time periods I might reenact because living history is part of my job, and I like to do it on the side as well. But I'd love to have an infield musket. So that British one, that what I would do. If I could get my hands on a British Bulldog, that would be awesome too. That's kind of where I'm at on that one. Max Jenner, thoughts on the Spencer carbine? Oh God, I'd love to have a Spencer. God, I want a Spencer. Hank Bob, I want your Spencer. Oh, I really do like the Spencers. I've never shot one. I really, really want to shoot one. I've handled an original, and I tell you what, the triggers on that original was terrible. Because the guy, I told him I never handled one, and I didn't know much about him, so he let me cycle the action and everything. And trying to drop the hammer on that thing without dry firing it, I pretty much had to pull it down with my hand, and then I had to have two fingers on that trigger to pull it back far enough that I could let it down. And that trigger was just horrendous. But if I was going to get one, of course, I'd get a modern one so I could shoot it. And I'd probably get it in 45 Colt just because that's a lot cheaper to shoot than 5650. Because if you look up the cartridges on those are expensive. But yes, I want a Spencer carbine. It's one of those I don't have the funds for. Walks Fletcher. I use 1F BP for 4570 just for the bulk. Have you ever tried something like original spacers? You mean spacers between the bullet? Or when I was reloading for 4570, I was using 2F black powder, and then I just stick some cardboard wads underneath the bullet. That seemed to get me through, but I was making my own paper patch bullets, and when they're shooting groups like this at 100 yards, they weren't very good reloads, and I wound up getting out of doing them. Walks Fletcher, I prefer the second Dragoon to the Walker. I got a second model Dragoon, and it's cap jammed so many times, and because I haven't cleaned it up, but it kind of aggravated me, so I quit using it. My third Dragoon couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if it was painted purple. I don't even think it could hit water if it fell out of a boat, to be honest. But my Whitneyville Dragoon, on the other hand, oh, Moses, that thing is an accurate shooter. George Gooding, two of my loves are Rigger Old Army 45s. I've never had a chance to shoot a Ruger Old Army, and they're more modern take on a black powder, so it kind of I'm not that interested in them. Plus, with Ruger, God, it takes a lot of money to get a Ruger. But if that's what you got, I mean, all power to you. But yeah, I don't know. Never fired one. I'm sure they're good guns. Ruger does make a good gun. I ain't gonna deny that. Ruger makes a damn good gun. Hank Bob, what's it worth to you? Oh boy, I'm gonna be spending more money before the year's out. Oh, Hascat, dude, do you know any 6-shot, 6.5 barrel, 36 caliber pistols? Ooh, the closest thing is 1851 Navy, and it's a 7.5-inch barrel, so it's an inch longer, um, than your than 6.5. Though, try Midway USA. They had a shorter barrel 1851 Navy on sale. I don't remember if it was 5.5 or what the length was, but check that out. You might be able to find something there. Betty Blanco. Hey, Duke. Hi, Betty. How are you? Am I going to see you in June? Max Jr., I'll be back soon. Got to go. We'll see you in a few, Max. Are the pepper box navies based on real guns? I was watching a video. That was Michael Ray asking. I was watching a video from SHOT Show when those were introduced, and I don't remember if it was Mike Bellevue, Duelist 1954. That was one of his videos, or who that was. No, I think it was Captain Ball. It was a Captain Ball channel, I think. Anyway, they were covering SHOT Show when those came out, and they said they were based on a prototype. So I can't tell you, to be honest. I have not seen that prototype. But considering that Pieta makes 44 caliber brass guns that didn't exist, it's up for debate. I don't know. I don't know if they're original or not. Betty Blanco, Yelpers. All right, awesome. Walks Fletcher. U.S. Army went to 55 grains and a cardboard spacer under 405 grain bullet for carbines. I think they went to 500 grain bullet for rifles at the same time. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, because the carbines, they reduced the powder charge. I remember reading about that because it used to be 4570 with 70 grains of black powder, and you cram that 405 grain bullet on 70 grains of black powder, it's really crammed. And yeah, and then they did go to the 500 grain bullet. Cardboard spacer, yeah, fiber wide spacer. That's what I use when I reload mine. Let's see here. Michael Ray, I just saw them and I was curious. Yeah, I've seen them too, and I've thought about one, but I wouldn't shoot that thing that much. It doesn't really have that much historical authenticity, so to me, it's not really worth the money to spend. Walks Fletcher sound is gone. Walks Fletcher sound is back. Yeah, hoping it'll last out here for a while. And sometimes my internet will just randomly shut off for no reason. So if that happens, I'll catch y'all later. Michael Ray, I have a trapdoor Springfield and the ejector came out and can't get it back in. Any ideas? Oh boy, gunsmith. I don't know much about the trapdoor Springfields. I've handled one. It was reproduction. Fact is, it was Hank Bob's. So Hank Bob, if you're still there, yeah, it was your Springfield I handled. But anyway, yeah, if that came out, you're probably gonna have to go get see a gunsmith. Because I don't have any idea how to get that back in there. And with the way things have changed here on YouTube, I don't even know if gunsmithing videos are going to be allowed anymore. All right. So chat's kind of slowing down here for a second. Check something. Whoops. Clicked on the wrong thing. Can't see the chat on there. Hank Bob, I'm still here looking at one of my books about trapdoor maintenance. Awesome. Thank you, Hank Bob. Yeah, because I don't have anything on trapdoors. Walks Fletcher, gotta go. Wish I could stay. Real good conversation. Thank you. Thanks, Walks. We'll catch you maybe on the next one. Johnny Parr 91, the way YouTube is going, it's surprising there's any gun-related content left at all. Yeah, no kidding. This was going to be an update video, but I guess I could talk about it here. Save me on the update video. But yeah, after that tragic events in New Zealand, basically every gun channel on YouTube got nailed. We got nailed hard. All my videos within 3 days, and I mean every single one of them that wasn't already flagged for limited ads, they were all flagged, and probably 80% of them had been flagged previously and then given the green light. So yeah, I got tired of it. I turned the monetization off for all the videos because there's no sense trying to argue with it, trying to fight it anymore for me. Small channel, not really going to be that much going on here. So I just shut it off. So we are completely crowd-funded now. So if you want to help keep the channel going along, head over to our Patreon page. Plenty of links in the videos that we have on here. And you can help us keep going through there. Right now, we're making just enough that I can barely cover the cost of ammo to do videos. But I never did this to get rich. So, I just do this out of my pocket. But things are getting tight. Budget's kind of getting a lot tighter, especially right now because I switched between jobs. And it's going to be 5 weeks before I get a paycheck just because at the job here when I started up here, the pay system's delayed. So I'll be paid in 3 weeks. 3 weeks is what it is. So that kind of hurts the budget for YouTube, but by the end of the year, I'm sure I'll have enough that I can keep going. Let's see. Hascat. Midway has a 6.5-inch 1862 Police 5-shot and an 1851 Navy 5-inch 6-shot, but it has a brass frame. Well, I thought the one they had was a steel frame. I could be wrong. 357 Bullfrog. Gunstreamer.com is our friend. I hadn't heard of that one. I'll have to try that. I'll have to look into that one. Let me write that down. I tried getting on that Utah Gun Exchange tube, huge tube. And I got one video uploaded over there, but I tried uploading a bunch of other videos, and they get like halfway done, and then they just go kaput. Wouldn't upload anymore. So I quit trying to upload over there. Michael Ray, wrong business to make money. Well, yeah, if I was really interested in making money, I'd have invested in a gold mine a long time ago. But then gold's down too, so I guess it doesn't matter. Colt 1911, what time period in living history? Most of the stuff I do is 1840s. So 1830s to 40s. Because the place I work at is it was around 1830s to through the 49. And I would tell you, but I don't want to disclose where I work at just because it is where I work. I work with the public, and as much as I love meeting fans, I'd rather not do it while I'm trying to give tours and stuff and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, it's fur trade era. And then I've had some interest in getting into living history down in, Texas era stuff. Because at the same time, where I'm at doing my living history stuff, at the same time period down there in Texas, them Texas Rangers were kicking butt and taking names. That was about the time period they were showing that the Patterson, the Colt revolvers were so useful. Michael Ray, Mexican War. Yeah, Mexican War era. I would corner more up where I'm reenacting at is on the kind of the more peaceful area of it. There was a little bit going on, but no major battles or anything. Okay. Hascat upload to BitChute. I've tried that, and one of those. There's one site that's got videos on. I went over and looked, and my videos are already all over there. And I tried to get in a hold of people to take them down because I never authorized them to be put over there, and they're still there. So somebody from India or Russia or China is making money off my videos. Betty Blanco, my Navy is brass. Is it you, Birdie, or Pieta, or is it one of those other ones that are defunct? Randy Zweig. I have no problems with helping, but I don't trust Patreon. Yeah, and I just got a message from Patreon too that they're going to start jacking up their prices on what they hold out. But being I'm like grandfathered in, I'm not going to get nailed as hard or something like that. I don't know what the story is, but I'm not getting a whole lot over there. I think it's public what I get over there. It's like $15, $14, something like that. So that's what it is now. So I don't know. It's enough to, like I said, cover the cost of ammo for a couple of vids, which I'm only doing. Well, the current schedule is supposed to be 2 videos a month. That got screwed up for March and April because when I left to head up to South Dakota for my winter job up there, just before when I was trying to finish this stuff up, I got a nasty cold, and then I got strep throat, and then I got a nasty cold, and then the strep throat came back again. So, for the 2 weeks in December that I was going to do videos, I couldn't talk. I couldn't do nothing. I had to film intro stuff for that. And so I just didn't get it done. Then when I was up there, the internet up there sucks too much for me to upload. So we didn't upload. Kaido Yama, good evening, Duke. Hey, Kaido. How are you? Just a little update. I haven't got my range membership renewed yet, so I haven't been up to test your bullets yet, but I'm going to be getting up there soon. We're going to start shooting those things, providing that the weather holds out too. It was really windy today. I was hoping I could go out and burn some weeds in my garden, but wind was blowing too hard, so I didn't do that. Kato John, I hope you are doing well. I got sick with a nasty cold as well. Yeah, colds aren't fun. I hate being sick. Oh, usually when I get sick, I don't get as sick as the rest of my family members, but I'm also one of those that, don't go to the doctor every time I sneeze. Michael Ray, how much are bullet modes? That must be for Kaido. Okay. So anyway, so hopefully I'm still trying to work this out with Dustin and Santee from the Arizona Ghost Riders, but I'm hoping sometime next week I can get those guys in here on a live chat. Trying the 3 of us talk about history and black powder and guns and such. Michael Ray, sorry. Hey, no worries, man. I just read it off and I realized that was for Kaido. So, but Kaido, if he says how much, I'll tell so everybody knows. But yeah, you're fine, Michael. No worries. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, we're gonna try to get Dustin and Santee because those guys have been help with me doing videos. We're kind of 3 amigos, if you will. So okay, Kaido. $99, handles $18, shipping $16. Pay OAL $5 overall, 138. So yeah, overall, so for those of you that are interested in a Kaido mold, Kaido just advertised his price here, a total of 138 with everything. And I haven't, as I said, I haven't had a chance to try his bullets yet. I'm going to, but the bullets that I've got to test look phenomenal, and they look like good heavy hitting bullets. Oh, PayPal. Oh, okay, Kaido. Yeah. So I guess I can update you on kind of the plans of what we got going for the year. So right now I got videos that are uploaded through May and June. I think I need to get one uploaded in the first half of June, and then after that we'll be back on schedule. And that one's supposed to be the Sharps rifle video. So I know I've done teasers on that rifle for the last 4 years. I'm finally going to get around to doing a video on it. But once we do that, then I'm going to try to start filming in the next week or two. I got to work at getting a garden in, so might not get too much filming done. But we're going to be doing some milsurps this year, hopefully. I've been saying that for the last 2 years, so hopefully this year we finally do it. Let's see. There's a couple other things I was going to do too. He's going to do some more stuff with the brown Bess. We'll do some more stuff with the revolvers that I've got. Right now, I don't know my budget's going to allow me to buy any more black powder revolvers. Price just keeps going up on them. And I had been thinking about finally breaking down and getting a Pieta Patterson just to have one because that's more style that would have been available to the Texas Rangers in the 1840s. Not that the shorter ones like what I have already weren't available because Jack Coffee Hayes had his Pattersons before most of the troop did. But I just wanted to have one just for the 9-inch barrel. But I got to look, and those things are up to like $800 now, so they're getting really spendy. So I don't know if I'm going to get one of those either, unless I can find one used at a really good price. Betty Blanco, got to go catch you in June. Yep, we'll see you, Betty. And if I see you down there at work before that, say hi. Hank Bob, is his trapdoor extractor problem on an original or repro? I have both, and they're slightly different. Most of my literature deals with originals. Original 1884. Okay. 6-shooter Texan. Do you have a date for your video shooting contest? Oh, crap. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I've got to start thinking about that here pretty quick, too. Because I got a big event going on in the first part of June. So I'll probably do the announcement here. Well, let's see. I'm going to look at the calendar here and see what the heck's going on. Because today is the 27th of April. So if I did an announcement now, I'd only get people 3. Tell you what, I think we'll run it the month of June. And I'll do an announcement with the rules and everything the last week of May. So figure, we'll get the video out last week of May, and we'll do the contest during the month of June. I'm hoping that's better weather for everybody in June. It should be warmer. I know it will be here because last year, 1st of June, down here, we was 102 on the 2nd of June. So it'll be warmer. It'll be a lot better than 20 below. But yeah, we'll figure for that. Betty Blanco. I had a Colt Patterson, was stolen a few years ago. Oh, that's sad. Somebody probably pawned it off for a few bucks. Wish I could get it back. Yeah. Yeah, if anything ever happened to my Patterson revolver, I'm pretty sure I'd cry. Not a man that cries a lot, but if anything happened to that guy, I'd bawl my eyes out. George Gooding. Everyone I've seen testing Kaido's bullets really seem to love them the way they perform. Yeah. Bellevue, Mike Bellevue did some wonderful testing on with them, and they performed well. And I'm not going to be doing like penetration tests or anything like that. I've wanted to do that with the gelatin block, but it's one of those things that I just don't have the funding for to do it on YouTube. Because them gel blocks ain't cheap. Holy Moses. I went and looked them up. It's like $300 for one that is, 18 inches long? And sometimes them guys got to stack two of them. So that's like $600 on the table. That's a lot for just something jelly. Six-shooter Texan. Sounds good. Been practicing. I haven't. I have not been practicing. I need to practice. I was up on the ranch. I didn't take any of my black powder with me just because, I got a bunch of stuff up there. Work for 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. Come back home. We got to load it all up. And I don't know what it is, but my stuff seems to multiply on an exponential scale. So I never have enough room to bring it back home. So I left my black powder stuff because I knew I wasn't going to use it that much up there. I only took a couple black powder guns, and that was because I was going to make some holsters, and then I wound up not having any time to do that either. The only shooting I've done this winter is I helped my boss up there kind of get his 300 Win Mag going and helped him get reloading on it. I got my new 6.5 Creedmoor. I shot a lot out of that, and that's we're going to get into some modern guns this year as well because I got this new 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm going to try to do some long range precision shooting with it, competition stuff. But anyway, I haven't pulled the trigger on a black powder gun for 4 months. I'm having withdrawals. Michael Ray, I got to get practicing. Yeah, you got to get practiced up. Because if Ian from Portsmouth Armory Channel competes, man, he can shoot good. I think that's all he does is shoot. I wish I could do that. Crypto Cool, stand for weed. I don't know what weed you're talking about, but I don't stand for any weed, especially that junk weed I got growing out here in my yard called Bermuda grass. I'd give anything to kill that weed out. Betty Blanco, well, before I go, I was wondering, where do you go shooting at? You know where I live. There's 3 miles north of my town. Don't mention it on here because I don't want everybody showing up trying to get signatures or autographs while I'm in the bathroom. Not that I'm against meeting up with my fans. I love meeting up with people that recognize me, but I don't need them coming knocking on my door. Michael Ray, awesome, thank you. Okay, Betty Blanco, gotcha, thanks. Yep, you bet, Betty. We'll see you in June. I gotta say, this chat is a lot more lively than I thought it was going to be. That's why I titled it the way I titled it. Wasn't expecting so many people come in here. Kaido Jama, yes, sir. For all Colt percussion revolvers, I highly recommend having a higher front sight mounted on them. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do target shooting or hunting religiously, I'm all for putting a taller front sight on them. Mine mostly I use them for living history stuff, so I don't modify them with that. But if hunting was to get legalized here, I probably would take one and modify and put a taller front sight on it. But I don't see the hunting black powder getting legalized here in Colorado anytime soon. Although, Kaido, I do have one Colt revolver that shoots point aim, and that's that 1861 Navy. First one I got from that shoots right at, or actually it's a little bit low point aim. I could actually come up a little higher. Six-shooter Texan, I picked up an 1868 Army San Marco, making nitrate paper cartridges for it. I've got an 1849 Army San Marco that I bought, and it's a 1849 pocket model without the loading lever. And I got it because I was told that Army San Marco and Uberti parts would cross-reference. They don't. So I'm not shooting that one because if anything breaks on it, I got to find a machinist, and then that costs more money than a gunsmith. Crypto Cool, the Devil's Lettuce. Yeah, I know it's Colorado, but if you're into that, that's fine. I really don't care for it. I really don't want it around. I don't like the smell of it. Plus, I work for the federal government, so can't really have much to do with it. But I tried it when I was in college. It's not my thing. I really, really hate the feeling I got from it. So, yeah, if that's what you like, go ahead. I don't care, but I'm not for it. Just my thoughts. Inevitable 037. I saw your video on the Cimarron 1878. I think I had a similar problem when trying to extract the shells. I realized I needed to close the weapon and reopen it to get the extractor to extract them a bit more. Yeah, and if you use them cheap Winchester shells, they don't work. And I talked to the guys down there at Cimarron, and they recommended you not use any of the steel-based shells. Anything in silver, don't use it, is what they said. But with mine, it's just the Winchester. The only Winchester shells I had good luck with were the AA skeet loads. I had good luck with them. Doghouse. Yeah, it's been great. And hey, Kaido, it's your favorite MP, Clayton. God, I got contacts in. I still can't read. Inevitable. Have you found any solution to this? On the 1878, yeah. Don't shoot the Winchester shells. That's the only solution I had. The other solution, if it's doing it with a variety of shells, is take it to a gunsmith and have him polish the chambers. I had to have that done on a shotgun a number of years ago. It was an older shotgun that had just gotten fouled up and the chambers were getting stiff in it. But they don't charge. Gunsmith usually doesn't charge a whole lot to polish chambers. Most gunsmiths I know work for like $35-40 an hour, and they don't charge you the full. Some of them don't charge you full hour. This guy didn't. They just polish out the chambers real quick, and then should work. Keyword being should. Kaido Jam or even fiber optic. You know, I've thought about taking a walker and having a rail mounted to the top of it and having a red dot. I think you and I talked about that on the phone one time. But I just can't justify buying a third walker right now. Randy's League. If you aren't impressed by 6.5 cartridges, you will be. I freaking love the 6.5. I really do. I got a picture of a paint can. I shot a paint can, spray paint can at 1,000 yards, 950 yards. So 950 yards, I hit that spray paint can. It was on the 10th shot, but you got to keep in mind I was shooting in 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and I was shooting over a valley, so the winds were going back and forth. So even though my phone was telling me to hold 5 MOA or 6 MOA to the left, with the crosswind going the other way down range, I mean, it was hitting almost on center. But yeah, I'm really loving the 6.5. In fact, I just loaded a bunch of cartridges. I'm going to start trying to figure out what load my rifle likes best, and I even got a concentricity gauge. So a lot of guys tell me if you do that, you can tighten up your groups if you measure where the high spots are at. Sean Sorrell, let me stir the pot. What are your thoughts about the new Henry side-loading lever action? It's something they should have done 10 years ago, because I really, really hate that tubular magazine. I mean, I can understand it on rimfire, but on big bore guns, it was a pain in the butt. I shot one. I didn't like it. So yeah, it was a good idea to put that that side loading around there. 6-shooter detection. I'm a machinist. Might be in contact with you then if I need some stuff. Hello, John. That's cool, Duke. Just with my heavier universal bullets, they shoot higher and need the higher front sights and rear hammer sight filed in deeper. Yeah, I can understand that. Hascat, work in the morning, off to bed. See ya, Duke. Good chat. Yep, we'll see you, Hascat. And I got to work in the morning too, so I totally understand. Inevitable 037. Yeah, I used Federal and Remington. I think they were brass. It's not the end of the world. They've just gotten used to it. I'll keep that in mind about talking to a gunsmith about polishing the chamber. Thanks. Yeah, and I mean, it's not a hard thing to do, but if you're not careful, you can take too much, and then you got major problems. Kaido John, yes, we did. Duke Dykes Rubber of the muzzleloadershop.com does make custom Weaver rails. I highly recommend him in Berryville, Arkansas, and the Field Sport Micro Red Dot, $22 plus site Amazon.com. I got a red dot sight that I ain't doing much with. It's a Vortex Razor. I won it from Jerry Mitchlick. Won it from him in a giveaway. I had it mounted on my AR-15, and it was doing real good. And then one day, all of a sudden, I just started spraying bullets everywhere, and I couldn't hit nothing. So I wound up putting my new scope on that, and now it shoots pretty good again. But yeah, I was real sad when that red dot went to hell. I kind of love that thing. Crypto cool. The RPG is the best weapon in Fortnite. It does a lot of damage. No idea what Fortnite is. But if it was legal, I would have an RPG. Michael Ray, I concur about Henry. Hate front loading. Sorry, it's just turn off. Yeah, it is. And like I said, on a rimfire, like the 22 models, I don't have really a problem with that. It's going to hold 20. Let's see, what did mine hold? I had like 17 long rifles, and if you put shorts in there, it was like 21 or 23, some weird number like that. But yeah, like I said, it's something they should have done. They're turning Henry's turning their guns into a Marlin. Because I looked at a photo of them compared to a Marlin, and they look very, very similar. Not handled one yet, but they look similar. But I have a Henry 22 long rifle. I bought it when the new Henry company is coming out, and they're not the original Henry, not like they advertise. They just got the name because the original Henry is now known as Winchester. But anyway, I got that thing. I shot the barrel out of it pretty much. But it got to where it jammed a lot. And it's still a decent shooting gun. Yeah, I just don't like the front ones. Getting tired here. I'm losing my train of thought. Kaido Jama. Tacticom makes excellent red dot and AR-15 sights, lasers, etc. Yeah, I've heard of them. I just went on the Vortex when I put in my AR because I was trying to get it into a coyote hunting gun. I put a Vortex Crossfire 2. It's got the BDC reticle. I went with a cheaper option. It was under $300 for the scope. Just because that gun bounces around in the tractor with me a lot when I'm up there in South Dakota. Because when I go out and feed cows, you start getting later into calving season. Them coyotes, I mean, they'll gang up, come right through the feed ground, looking for them calves. And so I don't have a lot of time to get a shot. So I just, keep that in there, and it gets bounced around. But so far, I really like that scope. It's held zero pretty good. But I need to clean my AR because I've put God, 500 rounds through it since I last cleaned it. And it really it's not getting very good accuracy anymore, so I got to shoot it or clean it. Michael Ray, shot Henry 22, awesome. Other calibers, market anything cool, but no like videos on them. I had used to have a video on that 22. It was on the channel. It was on the old channel. But yeah, I'll try to do a video on it here sometime. Well, maybe I'll just do it here in the next few weeks. I just got to see if I can find my 22 long rifle ammo. I bought a ton of it back when I was in college because that was when it was getting hard to find. So I'd buy it any chance I got. Finally dried up. Wound up having to skip buying a couple books in college and having to borrow them because of that. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out where I stored all that stuff at because I stored it away where it'd be safe, and I don't remember where I put it at. Michael Ray, sweet, thanks. Yep, you bet. We'll try to get that out there. And I think I put a scope on it because I took it out. I didn't take it out last year. The year before that, took it out squirrel hunting, and the sights on that thing are horrendous when it comes to shooting small things like a squirrel. So I put a scope on it, and so yeah, I shot it a while back, but we'll get it out. We'll shoot it again. Red Shack Flat. Hey, love the channel. Thanks, Red Shack. Kaido. I'm going to have Dykes mount a Tacticom mini laser on my 1858 new model Army Remington. Old meets new technology. So when you mount that, Kaido, is it going to be mounted top of the barrel or below the barrel? So how's that going to work? Squib load. Hey, Duke. Hi, Squib. Barry Almond. Have you ever had success hunting varmints with a cap and ball revolver? Did you get anything or just have fun? I do distinctly remember taking my cap and ball revolver out and shooting at a prairie dog, but I don't remember if I hit it or not. I took the walker out one day and tried to shoot a prairie dog. That's the only kind of hunting I've done with it, just because, usually where I'm at, either in South Dakota or here in Colorado, hunting with cap and ball revolvers is not allowed. Now, I did take one year. I took a flintlock, the first flintlock I ever owned, the Cabela's Blue Ridge rifle. I took that thing out and I went crawling through a prairie dog town. Me and my boss just having fun. We were shooting at prairie dogs, and at this time I didn't know Pirate X would not work in a flintlock, so it would go off, but it was like 5 seconds after the pan flashed. And it took them prairie dogs about one shot to figure out that when you see that puff of smoke and hear that to duck. So I never got a prairie dog with it, but it was fun. It was fun trying to shoot them things. Squib load. I'm heading home from the NRA show. Thought I'd listen in. Well, excellent. Glad to have you. Kaido Jami below. Okay. Yeah, there is a little bit of room there on the front of the new model that you can get it in there. For some reason, I had the Colt loading lever in mine, and it goes all the way up to the very end, but the Remington gives you a little room to mount it. Michael Ray, that sounds cool. Laser on a cap and ball revolver. Yeah, that's kind of like that picture that goes around on Facebook on some of the black powder groups. That single shot muzzleloader that's got like the big tactical red dot scope and all this other stuff. And yeah. Michael Ray, hate Pirate X, gummed up my 1860 so bad after the first cylinder. I never had a problem with Pirate X gumming up, but I had a hell of a problem with it corroding. I got a lot of rust. So I'm guessing why it gums up so bad would depend on what you're using for lubrication. That's the only thing I can say. And I don't know what you had for lube, but yeah, otherwise, cleaning it, I didn't have a problem cleaning the Pirate X, but it would rust up no matter how much you scrubbed and put oil on it. So that's why I don't use it anymore. Red Shack Flat, have you shared your thoughts on the new Ruger Wrangler? I haven't heard of the new Ruger Wrangler. Let me educate myself here right quick. providing my internet will speed up here. Ruger Wrangler. Oh, it's a single action. What is it, 22? Oh, hey, and it's affordable. Jesus. Huh. Yeah, that's the first I'd ever heard of that Ruger Wrangler. I might have to look into them. Do you know when they're going to be turning them out? Kaido, my 44 220 grain VKV UB universal bullet, one shot in Piat 1860 with 35 grains, 777 3F, 200-pound wild Florida hybrid Boar DRT. That's a lot of powder. So Kaido, have you used just straight black powder when loading your bullets? Because if I wind up testing the 44s in my 1860, I don't want to wind up having to take a hammer to cram them down. I was wondering, like 25 grains is what I was thinking about loading with them, but Doghouse, yeah, those 30 grain Pyrodex pellets gum up the pistol. Oh, I never tried the pellets. I thought about trying them when I was younger and dumber and cheap like that, but yeah, I've never used them. Michael Ray Wads, Cabela's brand. Yeah, them wads, I don't know what they lube them with, but I have had problems with them in the past. That's why I make my own wads anymore. If you go on to durofelt.com, they have specific felt, and it even says for making black powder wads. They sell so much of that stuff. And for like $36, you get enough to make, what did I figure up? Like 2,500 wads or something like that. It's ridiculous how much you can save than buying them online, because buying them on the Cabela's ones, $10 for 100, that's expensive. And then what I use for lube is beeswax mixed with lamb's tallow. And if you live where it's hot, like where I'm at, I go really heavy on the beeswax. I think I'm up to like 80% beeswax and 20% lamb's tallow. Otherwise, it just melts. Quintus Aurelius Symmachus. Well, I hope I read that off right. Everyone having a good night? So far, I am. Squib load. They had the Ruger Wrangler at the NRA show today. They have a release date on it. Rad Shack Flat. How come I never see YouTubers using 777? That used to be all I could find around in my area. 777 is a little bit warm. It's a warmer powder. It doesn't take as much. It's not like Pyrodex. Pyrodex, you can pretty much go grain for grain to black powder. 777, you're supposed to reduce it a little bit. And it's not as bad as Pyrodex. When it comes to corrosiveness, it's a little bit better, but I don't use any black powder substitutes anymore. I'm just straight black powder. Now, if you go to Duelist 1954, Mike Bellevue's channel, I don't remember what gun he was shooting with. I think it was a Ruger Old Army, but he was testing, and he compared round balls to conicals with black powder and 777. And so if you want to see that compared, he's got like 3 different videos on it. So they're on his channel. They're older, but they're there. Squib load. The Ruger exhibit was pretty busy. It was hard to get in there and handle the guns. Rad Shack Flat. I don't, sorry. Kaido Jama. Good points, Duke. Pyrodex is more corrosive than real black powder. My beeswax coconut oil keeps them going. Yeah, and I thought about using that coconut oil, but see, around here, we got a lot of sheep farmers, and it ain't difficult for me to get lamb's tallow. We've also got a lot of beekeepers, so I can get that stuff local real easy, real cheap. That's why I use that. Michael Ray, I use straight powder. Doghouse. They're nice to use in a pinch. Yeah, I suppose. 6-shooter Texas, and I use a 50-50 mix. Yeah, that's what I used to use, but I went out shooting one day, and it was like 100 degrees. And after the first 2 shots, that stuff was melted. It was gone. There was nothing left on the cylinders. Because I wasn't using wads that day. I was just using it over the ball. But yeah, if I'm using it for in the wintertime, 50-50 will work. But in the summertime, like I said, I like to have a little bit more beeswax just to keep it more firm. Coyote John, I killed my first Florida boar with 25 grains of 777 and my VKV BG240 one shot, 25 meters charging us with adrenaline pumping. Went 60 feet in Florida jungle DRT. That's a. How big a boar was that, Kyle? Was that a big boar, or was it a? Yeah, I've seen some videos of them things go charging, and whoo! I don't know if I'd go hog hunting with anything that didn't shoot rapidly. Squibload. I didn't hear about the exact release date on the Ruger Wrangler, but it's supposed to compete with the Heritage Rough Rider. You know, I had one of those as a kid, and that was enough. I wound up putting springs out of an Italian gun. I don't remember what it was, the springs that I fit in there, but I put those springs in there, and I finally got it to where it would work. But yeah, I really hated that gun. What kind of tallow to wax ratio do you think will work for Pacific Northwest weather? Michael Ray. I don't know. How hot do you get there in the summer? Because like down here where I'm at, it's not uncommon to be 115, 116 degrees by the end of June. And also, it's not uncommon for the 4th of July to be 76 degrees and raining. But, you know, if you don't get that hot up there, I mean, you could probably reduce and go to a 50-50 or something like that. Randy's wig, you can polish a shotgun chamber with Scotch-Brite and electric gel. Could. I don't know if I want to try it. Kato Jama, I recommend good hot black powder, Swiss, GoX, Old Einsford, Sylvanian Kick. Can you even get Kick in the United States? I've heard a lot of people talk about that, but I have never ever seen it. All I shoot is just plain old GoX because it's cheap and that's what I can get my hands on pretty regular. Red Shack Flat, thanks. Do you have any particular place you order black powder from? Yes, I order from Graf's when they have it in stock. And it's just because you can order 1 pound or you can order 25 pounds. The hazmat shipping is the same. So in order for you to order the black powder and get it for the same price you're going to pay at the store, you got to order about 10 pounds of it. But you can mix and match. You don't have to order all the same. You can order like 2 pounds of 1F, 2 pounds of 2F, 3 pounds of 3F, so on and so forth. And you can mix brands and such. And then they also, Graf's has their house blend. It's basically relabeled Schutzen powder. But I've heard from Mike Bellevue that does pretty well too. Randy Zig, use prudently, of course. Yeah, prudently is a key word there. Kaido, small bore in between 125 and 150 pounds. Yeah, that's still big enough to do some damage. Them things got teeth on them. I would not want to get on the business end of one of them hogs. Michael Ray, 90 on a good day. Heck of a lot of rain, number not too hot. Yeah, you might get away with a 50-50 mix. Like I said, down here it gets so hot that I have to beef it up on the wax. 357 Bullfrog. Can't find sheep tallow here. I'd buy some if you could ship it. Well, God, the shipping on it would be so expensive. But there was a place, I don't remember where it was, because a friend of mine ordered it online. I'll have to get back to you on that. There's a place where you can order it, and you can order however many pounds you want, and then get it to you pretty quick. I want to say place I got my pig brains from when I was tanning deer hides. I'll have to get back to that 357. Powder ink head kick. Graphs is good. Yeah, I got to try some graphs. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Plowboy's Ghost. He was shooting some kick powder. But I've never seen it out here where I'm at. Of course, where I'm at, I don't have a black powder supplier here locally anymore because he retired. Nearest place I can go is Colorado Springs, and I'd rather avoid that part of Colorado if I could. Johnny Part 91. I can't remember where, but you can get Lamb's Tail online. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was one place I was looking at, and I don't remember where it was at. Squibload. I went to the Graff and Sons booth today. Very nice people. Yeah, I've never talked with them personally, but I've bought quite a bit of powder from them, and got here, relatively quickly. So definitely a good place to get your powder from. In some places, you have to order 25 pounds at a time or 15 pounds at a time. At least with them, you can order however many you want. 6-shooters at Texan got 2 pounds of the graft, but have not used it yet. Well, if you use it, let me know what you think of it. Lever Guns 5110. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lever Guns. Get my powder from a muzzleloading shop down south, Michael Ray. Yeah, I wish I still had my muzzleloader shop nearby, but like I said, the guy retired. The Adventure Cowboy. Hi there, Duke. Hey, Clayton. Michael Ray. Grasshead. Good stuff. Found 3040 Craig. I wonder if they got 6.5 by 52 Carcano. I'll have to look. Never thought to check there. Rad Shack Flat. Do you remember lube CVA used to sell that smell like wintergreen? What they do, they use that to keep that from going flat, or not flat, rancid. My uncle got some of that. You just get some wintergreen drops and you put it in there, and it'll keep that stuff from smelling bad. Randy's Wag, LOL, dang, I'm a machinist, like sharpening a knife, course to fine, slowly. Venture Cowboy, hey, Lever Guns 5110, got 2 new Cimarron lever guns to start testing this week. Man, you are a lucky guy. What do you got? Venture Cowboy, what are you doing for work currently? Well, me, I'm getting ready to start my government job tomorrow. My summer vacation job, as I like to, well, a lot of people like to call it. Yeah, I don't get too many details on here, but we're friends on Facebook, so it's there. You can see see where I work at there. But anyway, yeah, I'll start that tomorrow. Yeah, I got done with a ranching job last week, and I tell you what, after all that snow that I had to mess with, oh, I was getting sick of that country. We just nicely got dried out, and then we had like 24 inches of super wet snow, and oof, it was a pain. Kaido, typo, sorry to see about. Oh, reopening the kick factory, yeah. Well, I'd heard that you couldn't get it anymore, but yeah, I'd never tried it. Doghouse. Here's a link, Duke, for that Carcano ammo. I get my 7.7 Jap from them. VenturaAmmunitions.com. Yeah, I looked at them too. Let me open that up here so I got that saved. Ow, it bit my lip. And it says they're out of stock, but $14.95. That's not bad for that ammo. I found it one other place and I wasn't able to find it. Yeah, we'll see you, Clayton. Take it easy, man. Hank Bob 2000. I'll play with my original trapdoor extractor and see what the problem could be. The extractor in mine is the same late one as in the 1884 model. I'll let you know what I come up with. Sounds good, Henry. Kaido Jama, good luck, Duke, with your government job. Yeah, I really never thought about working for the government until I found this job. And you wouldn't know I was working for the government working at it. But anyway, it is an awesome job, and I like to do it permanently year-round. And I'm hoping that will happen here in the next year or two, because this jumping back and forth between jobs is just it's going to be a pain in the butt. But yes, thank you for the good luck wishes there, Kaido. Michael Ray, you gonna try busting any gun myths and westerns like Raging As You Spin and Outlaw Josie Wales? Well, I'd try to bust that one, but I don't want to drop my walkers in the dirt. Because yeah, I've tried flipping the gun around with the walkers and it doesn't work. He was using, you could tell he was using rubber ones. But yeah, I've thought about that. In fact, I just had one, or I'm going to have one coming out on the basically a redo of that Hollywood video that I did before, because there was a lot of controversy of, the shells just fall out. So I went up to the range and I did a bunch of shooting and I tried it there live, and so yeah, I don't remember if that video's come out yet or not. But we'll see soon here. Got a scouting job for the cavalry. I wished. No, I got a job skinning beaver and blacksmithing and woodworking and whatever else they tell me to do this year. Michael Ray, almost smacked myself in the face first try. How to do it. Leverguns 5110. You have a great black powder channel. I enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. I love the black powder smoke. Always had a hard time getting black powder here. Yeah, if I wasn't for that online Graf and Sons website where I can order black powder, I wouldn't be able to shoot black powder very much. But thank you for the kind words. I surely do appreciate it. You got Duke agree Walker's a horse pistol, not an 1860. Yeah. Michael Ray, long barrel. Yep. Quintus Aurelius Semanicus. Sounds like you got a job as a jack of all trades. Pretty much anywhere I work, I'm jack of all trades. Because in the winter, when I'm up there on the ranch, I'm livestock wrangler, welder, diesel mechanic, machinist, fabricator, welder. So I do all kinds of stuff. Fence fixer, dog trainer. So yeah, and that's kind of the same thing down there where I work at. Technically, my job is I'm supposed to be doing things that would be done back in the day, and then I give guided tours and stuff. But yeah, I wind up doing all kinds of stuff. And I'd love to do a lot more blacksmithing. I really, really love blacksmithing, but I've got carpal tunnel in my left hand so bad that I cannot hang on to the tongs and hammer with my right hand. I've gone to wearing this copper bracelet. That really does help. I can cinch it down, and that gives me a little bit more movement, but I can't blacksmith like I used to because my hand just does not want to grip anything. Kaido Jama, many Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops sell real black powder. Walk-in sales, many locations. The last time I was in a Bass Pro Shop and they wanted to sell black powder, it was like $46 for a pound of Go-X. It was ridiculous. So I don't buy from Bass Pro. Hank Bob, got to run, Duke. See you in a few weeks. Let's do a Remington video this summer. Yes, we need to do a video this summer. And I'm hoping my schedule works out, but we can talk that over a little bit closer. But yeah, we'd love to have you on the channel here, Hank Bob. But yeah, take it easy and we'll see you. Radshak Flat. Do you play guitar too? You know, I tried to start playing the guitar. I did, and I'm not very good at it because, like I said, carpal tunnel. I cannot bend my fingers around. And I also have a lack of coordination. I can't do one thing with my left hand like that and without my right hand trying to copy it. So I wasn't a very good guitar player. The only song I learned to play real well was Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt. I could do that pretty well for a while, but even then I got to where I just can't move my fingers around right. Gotta love trapping. I just didn't get to go out much this year. You know, I tried trapping coyotes a couple of years ago and didn't work out all that well. Because where I set the traps at in the snow, went out that morning and it melted down that afternoon because it got above freezing. And then it froze down that night. So, you know, when the coyotes came in and stepped on trap, they were covered in ice. And then a couple coyotes dug out my traps, and then I never really had anybody show me how to trap coyotes properly is the problem. But after that, I kind of gave up on it. I just shoot them now. But yeah, I've set beaver traps the old-fashioned way, where you get down the river and you gotta take that double leaf spring trap and set it in the water and put the bait above it. Do it in leather pants. It's really fun. Johnny Par 91. Cabela's doesn't have real black powder around here. They only have Pirate X. Yeah, that's all I've seen. That and 777. 90's egg, $46. Holy. Yeah. That's why I go to Graff & Sons to get mine. Michael Ray, I know I can't even get 303 mine, even at hers. You know, there's one place I know where they got an overstock of 303 shells, but they won't sell ammo to anyone that's not in the store. Otherwise, I'd tell you, I'll give you the contact number for them. But yeah, I walked in there. I asked them what they had for ammo, and she said, "Well, I got 270 Savage, and I got 257 Roberts, and I got 303 British." She's got like 4 cases of 303 British that they got in and they never sold. Michael Ray, can you do a tutorial on hunting coyotes? Well, if I was any good at hunting coyotes, yeah, I would. But the only luck I've ever had shooting a coyote is when I come up on them when I was out feeding cows in the tractor. Most coyotes I've shot have been out of a tractor. I've only been on 2 coyote hunts where I've actually seen one called in. One of them, I didn't have a gun. I was actually running the camera because we were shooting for a contest and it had to be filmed. The second one, I was actually ready to shoot. Actually, I seen 3. No, 4. 4. So, excuse me. So the second one, I was a shooter, but he was behind a tree and I didn't have a really decent shot that I was comfortable with because I was using an open-sighted 30-30. So I didn't take that shot. Third one I seen come in, he got in within about 600 yards and just stopped. Of course, we was out in the middle of a millet field and it was getting right at dark. And then the fourth one, we called for about 2 hours, and we got ready to leave, and that son of a gun was standing right behind us watching us the whole time. So I'm not a good coyote hunter. I just kind of ambush them. Red Shack Flat. Doing anything in leather pants is fun, LOL. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you get in the river, and then you got to wear them dang gum things when they're wet until they dry out. Otherwise, they shrink, and you can't get them on. Nice thing about them is that they're brain tan deer skin, so they stay soft. But it ain't fun trying to go to sleep in wet leather pants. Doghouse. Wish I could show you later. I'd send you stuff to place stuff under the pan. Yeah, and I've learned some more about trapping since I tried trapping coyotes, but I ain't able to. I don't have enough time to keep up with it. And the coyotes, when I was up there this winter, the coyotes weren't nearly as thick as they had been until they got close to calving season. Because the year before that, my boss shot like 10 coyotes out of the tractor. I shot 2 out of the tractor. And then this year, I shot at 3. That's all we seen the whole winter. Johnny Part 91. I live close to Track of the Wolf in Minnesota. I know they sell black powder online, but I haven't been in the store. You need to make it up there someday and take a look. Yeah, and I think they're one of the ones that you got to order like 25 pounds at a time to buy from them. So that's why I never bought black powder from them. But they do have some good stuff. Johnny Part 91. Funny story. When I first got my black powder revolver, I went to a Cabela's and asked them if they had black powder. The guy said yes, and then he brought me over to the smokeless powder display. Oh, boy. I wonder how many people have had their guns blown up because of that. Yeah, I've bought a lot of my black powder guns from Cabela's. Well, not a lot. I bought some of my black powder guns from Cabela's. And the knowledge of those guys when it comes to black powder guns is just kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's saddening. Like, I'll give you the folks a story of how I got my newest Walker revolver a couple of years ago. Give it to you real quick because we're going to have to call this quits here before too long. But anyway, I walk into Cabela's, and I always go to the bargain cave just to see what they've got back there for black powder guns. And unfortunately, they don't have the bargain cave anymore, at least not where I go to. So anyway, I walk in there. I'm taking a look at the black powder guns, and they've got a Walker revolver on display there, and it says non-functioning parts gun for $300. So I take a look at it and ask the guy, I said, hey, what's wrong with it? And, oh, pardon me, there's a train coming through. I'm hoping that's not too loud for you folks. Pause here for a second. So anyway, as I was saying, I walk in and I'm looking at this Walker revolver and it says, parts gun broken. I asked them what's wrong with it. And they said, well, it's locked up and the cylinder won't turn. And I said, oh, okay. And that particular store had a deal on black powder guns, new and used that day, $75 off. $75 off. So I asked him, I said, is that covered under that sale? And he says, yeah, what the heck, I want to get rid of it. So I said, okay. And I said, well, before I buy it, I want to take a look at the barrel and stuff. So popped the barrel off, checked everything. And I said I'd take it. So they gave me the $75 off. And then I had like $75, $80, or $90. I don't remember. I had quite a few dollars in club points built up on my Cabela's card. So I used that. It was all said and done. I think I paid under $200 for that Walker. And I looked at that guy when he handed me the receipt, and I told him, I said, you want to know what was wrong with it now? And he said, yeah, what's wrong with it? And I said, the wedge is in too tight. So because the wedge was too tight in a Walker, I got that thing for under $200. And it works perfectly fine because it's been in a video here. But yeah, it was funny. Them guys had no idea. And then that guy, he told me right after that, he said, hey, if you want a job, he said, we'd hire you. But I had already taken a job down here where I work at now, so I didn't take it. But yeah, that was funny. Them guys don't even know that the guns they're selling. Michael Ray, have to buy black powder and 50 pounds plus to ship from track. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. Maybe it's Buffalo Arms. You have to buy it 25 pounds. But yeah, a lot of them stores, you got to buy it in them big bulks. So that's the nice thing about Grafts is you can buy it 1 pound at a time if you want. But then it's going to be, by the time you buy the powder and pay for the shipping fee, hazardous shipping fee, it's going to be close to a $50, $60 pound of powder. So you got to buy it in bulk. Michael Ray, I'm sub 30 and I know a crap ton more about cap and ball, black powder stuff than most of the guys selling stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be right at that 3-0 mark, and I feel you. Michael Ray got training. Yeah, freaking train yards 100 yards from my house. Seems like there's only been one place in my entire life that I've lived for more than 2 weeks where there wasn't a train, and that was out in the middle of South Dakota. Everywhere else, there's always trains. And they get annoying. Johnny Par 91. I learned all my black powder stuff from Duke and Mike Bellevue. Well, good. I'm glad we taught you some. Mike Bellevue's probably got the best black powder channel on YouTube, hands down. He's got some really, really good stuff. Kyle Jama. Too bad Navy Arms is gone. That was where I got started in percussion revolvers, 1983. Got an education every time, especially from Mr. Wayne Salesman, was an excellent teacher and was in an institution. Yeah, back in the day, there was a lot of guys that knew more about the black powder, but all these guys now, they want to sell you as a Glock or an AR-15 or an AK, which there's nothing wrong with them. But if it wasn't for, like Johnny Par 91 said, if it wasn't for Mike Bellevue, I wouldn't know a lot on black powder guns. He's the one that kind of inspired me. He inspired me to buy my first black powder revolver and start doing YouTube videos. And so I give a lot of credit to Mike Bellevue. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be doing this. Randy Zweig. I live around Shooters Nirvana then. Leah's 5 miles away. Bartling and Kruger are 20 miles. Bravo Company is across the street from where I work. Never heard of Bartling and Kruger. What do they make? Is that a gun maker? Johnny Par 91 track website says minimum order is 25, max is 50. Yeah, and max 50 is a maximum black powder you're allowed to legally own unless you get a explosive permit. Michael Ray, okay, sorry, wrong, bad memory. Hey, I hear you there. Last summer, I'm going to share the story. I shouldn't, but I'm going to share the story. Last summer, I was at work, the hot day, drinking tons of water while I had to go to the bathroom. Walked back, got talking to somebody, walked into the bathroom, looked down the toilet, said, what in the heck did I come in here for? Turned around and walked out, and it took me 5 minutes before I realized it. So, yeah, I can understand the bad memory thing. It happens. Octagon Garage. The Ruger Wrangler is on the market, too, on Gunbroker. Really? I'll have to look into that. Jakeaway Rewa. I bought my first black powder rifle in 1978 at Osco drugstore. You could buy a Thompson Cider Hawkins at JCPenney. Yeah, my uncle's got a TC Hawken 45 that he got as a kit, and I don't remember where he got them from. What store, but I think it was in Walgreens is where he got it at. And he got it like half-ass put together, pardon my language. He got it halfway put it together, and then it's set in his attic for years. And then I kind of got him started back with the bug because I went and bought my my first black powder revolver, which was a brass frame 44 cal 51 Navy. Because that was before I was really into history. At that time, I was wanting to be a paleontologist for a living. But anyway, I got that. I started shooting black powder, and my uncle went and he finished up that rifle, and he started shooting black powder, and it's that bug's kind of been in the family ever since. I bought a flintlock, and then I got rid of it. I traded it for a Marlin 336, which is around here somewhere. And then I bought a Hawken. It was an Invest Arms Hawken from Cabela's that was used. And then my dad wound up getting into it, so he's got a black powder rifle. He's got a 54, and then he's got a single shot pistol that he got from my cousin. Um, so yeah, the black powder bugs in the family. Randy's Week barrels. Midwest Industries is a bit further. Okay. Oh, Kruger barrels. Duh. Jesus, I'm tired tonight. Yeah, because I was looking at when I was wanting to do my 6.5, I was considering building one, and I was thinking about getting a Kruger barrel, and I was going to mount it on a Remington 700 action, but then I come across my Savage 110 at a really, really good price, and a lot of people say it was a good shooter, and you know what? I'm kind of glad I went that way. I really, really love that gun. Michael Ray Walgreens sold black powder. Yeah, things have changed in the last half century. Kaido Jama, both Mike Bellevue and author Hovey Smith have the percussion revolver walking primers. Hovey Smith does have some good stuff. Sorry, I couldn't finish reading that comment. I got a scratch in my throat. I like watching some of Hovey's stuff. Just the way he talks and his mannerisms. He's really, really good. I can tell he's done public speaking for a while. And I think he was a geologist, if I remember right. Somewhere I heard or read or in one of his videos, he said he was a geologist. So that's what I got my degree in, is geology. So that's gives him extra bonus points with me. But Randy Zweig, I studied anthro. Yeah, I had to do a couple anthropology classes in college. But yeah, I started out in college. I was going to be a paleontologist, and then about my third year in, I realized that I really didn't want to, have to go for a PhD and then never be able to pay off the student loans, because the jobs for paleontologists were a dime or a dozen. No, they weren't a dime a dozen. It was hard to find. Anyway, so I wound up just switching to straight geology, and I started taking petroleum classes in my last couple of years in college, and then when I got ready to graduate, I had 3 different job offers, and before I could accept any of them, they got revoked because the market went to hell. That was about the time when the gas prices just went right to the floor. Right after the Bakken, the big Bakken up there in North Dakota, that boom, and so I didn't wind up getting a geology job, and it'll be 4 years this August since I graduated college, and I have never had a geology job. Six-shooter Texan. I got my first black powder gun from a guy in Houston. He moved to new brothels and opened Texas Jack Cimarron Arms. Oh, was that what's the name? What's the name of the guy at Cimarron? God, I'm tired. I can't think. Doghouse. I love Hovey and his trusty blunderbuss. Oh yeah, he is a great guy and fun to talk to. Yeah, my favorite video he did was when he was shooting them bald-faced hornets, I think is what they were, with that 51 Navy pepper box. Oh, that was a huge. Oh, that was a fun video to watch. The one video I watched, the first video I ever watched of him, he was shooting that black powder 1873 copy. It was Captain Bull. I was considering at the time of getting one of those, but he fired that thing and all 6 chambers went off at once, and I told myself I am not buying one of them. So, holy Moses, we really kind of went over. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to call this at 10 o'clock, so that'll give us another 24 minutes. 24 minutes of chat, and then I've got to go to bed because I got to be at work early tomorrow, and I still got to get my dogs in, feed them tonight too. So we'll call it at 10 o'clock here. So any of your last minute questions you got, go ahead and post them. Kaido. Hovey Smith recently retired from his position as being the Gun Digest Black Powder writer. He recommended Mike Bellevue as a replacement, and it happened. Ooh, congratulations. Yeah, I tried to get into that writing gig. I don't remember what the website was. I think it was guns.com or something like that. Anyway, they used to have freelance articles you could send in, and they'd pay you so much for them if they liked them. And I sent one in on the Walker, and the guy that was there that took it told me if I had anything else I wanted to send in, they would be happy to buy them. And then I took a little break from that writing because I had so much other stuff going on. And I finally emailed them back, and I found out that they don't do that anymore. So I got out of the writing. Quintus Aurelius Semanicus. Have a good night. Yep, good night. Michael Ray. Love writing, just don't expect to make money. Yeah, geez. It's hard to make money nowadays. And I don't care about being rich. It'd be nice to have enough money to be secure, stable, and not have to eat ramen all the time. I have a pretty good ramen diet. Doghouse. Great talk, guys. Good to hear from you. To Kaido. Catch you on the next one. Yep. Catch you later, Doghouse. Michael Ray, we can't all be Stephen King. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Jake Way, do you have any experience with conversion cylinders for 1860? I tried some relatively light charge 45 Colt, and it blew the loading lever latch off the bottom of the barrel. Oh, crap. That's not good. My uncle has, what does he have? He's got one of those cylinders. It's got the plates on the back with the firing pins in it. I don't remember who made it. But we didn't shoot the full strength 45 Colts. We shot, at least I shot 45 Schofield through it. Now, there's different loads on them. The Black Hills cowboy loads are really heavy bullet, and they have quite a bit of recoil. Even though they're low energy charge, that heavy bullet puts out a little bit more. So if you're going to do that, I would do like a 200 grain bullet, or lighter even. But yeah, I don't know why it would have blown the lever latch off the bottom of the barrel. You want to check the barrel, make sure it's not cracked, because it might have actually pooched that barrel out a little bit if it was going fast enough. Kaido, Hovey, Florida, Hunter, Rudy, Vandercourt, myself are going to have an upcoming wild boar hunt in Florida using my universal bullets and percussion revolvers. Are you going to have video on that, Kaido? I haven't been over to your channel here for a little while, but I remember seeing one of your videos where I think it was one of yours, you was hunting hogs. Made me want to do it, but I can never get away and get enough time to do it. Red Chat. Good night, Duke and Chat. Thanks for the stream. You bet. Been more successful than I thought it was going to. George Gooden. It's 20 minutes to 12 here, and I've got to get in for it. So good night, all. Yeah, good night to you. This was kind of a, like I said before, it was impromptu. I just did it when I had time. So, yeah, it's getting close to 10 o'clock here, so I'm going to have to call it at 10. Jake Way. Actually, mine was Schofield, 200 grain, 5-point grains, tight group, 700 feet per second. Huh. I don't know what would cause that. Michael Ray, so hand loaded for only for conversion cylinders. Yeah, if you're gonna reload for conversion cylinders and use smokeless, you want to use a cowboy load. So you want a very, very, very light charge, something that would be equivalent pressure to what a black powder charge would be. And I don't know what it is for Cap Mull revolvers, but I know for my Sharps rifle, I have to have a smokeless charge of under 18,000 psi because that's a max black powder charge I can put in it. And you go over that, and then that Sharps rifle will start to buckle that falling block. Kato, those who are confident with well-regulated percussion revolvers may attend you pay for your place on the hunt. I will provide for free 12 of my universal bullets for you for the hunt. Cool. Kaido, yes, several videos are up. We plan on videotaping the upcoming hunt. I'd be interested to see that one. If I was going to do hog hunting, I'd probably go down here in Texas because in Texas you can use anything, any method, as long as it's legal to use whatever you're using. You can use any method. Jake Way, I'm going to stick with my 1873 birdie. Yeah, I don't blame you there. All the newer 1873 birdies are kind of the new frame models gone to that retractable firing pin, and I'm not a very big fan of that. Cimarron's Model Ps, if you get the old frame with the screw that holds retains the base pin instead of that cross pin, they last longer. Or excuse me, last longer. Jesus, they have the 4-click original style hammer in them, but all the new ones have the retractable firing pin. I think it's getting time to go to bed because I'm starting to trip over my words. Jake Way, I bought the conversion cylinder a few weeks ago before the single action army. Yeah, and those conversion cylinders ain't cheap, are they? They're like $300-400, $300 anyway. Johnny Par 91, have to go. Thanks for the chat, Duke. Have a good night, everyone. Yep, good night, Johnny. We'll catch you on the next one. Jake Away Rewa. Mine has a retractable. I always load 5 anyway, so I might change out the hammer. If you do that, you got to change out the trigger too. And from when I talked to on Cimarron, when I talked to them about it, is that is not legal because it's an import gun. So I would talk to Gunsmith or somebody that's up to date on the ATF regulations on that before I would swap out them hammers. Kaido, Texas, Florida are the overall best U.S. states for wild hog hunting. Yeah, they are. Up here in Colorado, we're getting the feral hogs, which they aren't the big razorbacks. They're actually farm pigs that have gone feral, and they are just as destructive as the wild hogs are. And it's not so much down here where I'm at. There's some of it going on, but a lot of the farmers are taking care of those. But up north in the northern part of the state, some of them are getting pretty bad. And I thought about trying to get in and see about getting some of them, but I just never have time to do anything. 6-shooter Texan, getting my 308 air rifle ready for hog hunting. That's amazing what you can get for an air rifle anymore. When I was a kid, we had a BB gun. That was the biggest air rifle you get. It was 22 caliber. Now you can get them in 50. It's ridiculous. Although Lewis and Clark had that, was it the Giradoni? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, they had the air rifle they took up the Missouri River, and that was what, like a 45 caliber, and it would. They said it would do some damage, but the more you shot it, the weaker it got, which is natural. It's got an air reservoir, but back in the day, for them to be able to contain 800 pounds of air, I think is what it held in a metal tube. That was a feat. Jake, 175 on sale, couldn't resist. That ain't bad. Randy, going to bed. We'll see you, Randy. Michael Ray, tuning up my 1860 for June. Got to get out when the weather clears. Yeah, I hope the weather's decent this time around. Randy, we have those dang wild hogs too. They make a mess. Yeah. Kaido, yes, the Lewis and Clark Italian was a 20-shot plus shot air rifle. Yeah, it had a magazine. I mean, it was a rapid fire gun. Yeah. 6-shooter Texan, it was repeater too. Yeah, it had the magazine like mounted right there on the side. So all you had to do is pull that lever on the side, cock the hammer back, and shoot it. Somebody made a reproduction of them for a limited time. The reproductions are limited. And somewhere out there is a video on YouTube of that rifle being shot. And the guy was getting good hits out to like 100 yards, which is impressive. Michael Ray, I don't expect to win, but what the heck? Oh, the shooting competition? Yeah, well, it's all about the fun anyway. My universal bullets do work well in high-powered air rifles. Well, if the air rifles weren't so spendy, I'd buy one. But, God, they're more expensive than some of these black powder revolvers. The last pellet gun I bought, actually, I bought it for my dad. It was a Benjamin 22, and it was almost identical to my uncle's. It's the same model, just different. Dad's is a newer model. It's got a little bit more plastic to it. We just use those for shooting nuisance birds around here. Where I'm at, and I'm pretty sure this is true for a lot of places in the United States, but we got those dadgum Eurasian doves, Eurasian collar doves. They started out here, probably 10 years ago. Yeah, maybe longer than that, 10, 15 years ago, somewhere in there. Anyway, started out just a pair of them. My grandmother wouldn't let me shoot them when I was a kid because she thought they was pretty. And now we've got a couple thousand of them laying around. We can't shoot them fast enough. So it's 6-shooter Texan YouTuber, very big rifle is shooting 1,000 yards with an air rifle. What the heck is he using? A 50 cal air rifle? Holy crap! 1,000 yards with an air rifle. God, I'm gonna have to look that up. That'd be cheaper to shoot than my friggin' 6.5 Creedmoor. I can tell you that. Kaido, one customer with the Air Force brand 45 cal high-powered air rifle using my VKV BG 240 took a small Florida wild boar at 100 yards. Yeah, I could see that. Michael Ray, I was a kid who shot cans all the time with my Daisy, pissed a neighbor something fierce. Yeah, I was pretty fortunate when I was a kid. I had my grandmother's place down here. That's where I live at now, as I stay in her guest house just to make sure there's somebody here and nobody vandalizing it. But anyway, right across the road, it used to be just a big open field. And before that, when I was a real little kid, there used to be houses there, but they were abandoned. They got tore down. And the guy made that into a big open field. Well, he never planted anything there. He'd just come in and till the weeds up every so often. It was always dirt. So we just walk across the street and set up some pop cans and shoot pop cans of BB gun all day long. Heck, it was just right across, not more than 30, 40 steps out of my grandmother's door. And it was just outside city limits, so I didn't have anybody harassing me about it. And yeah, we did pretty good. I shot a lot of cans over there. Then I moved up to the bigger guns, and then I had to start going to somewhere different. Now it's a pasture over there, and it's fenced off. The guy that wound up buying that piece of property has a few cows over there. I don't think it's quite an acre, but he irrigates it, and he's able to feed quite a few cows. So 6-shooter Texan 257. Holy crap. That is a heck of a feat for an air rifle. Sorry, I'm leaning out of the camera here, but my foot is itching and will not quit. Something about these socks I got on. I hate these socks. Michael Ray. I was in a subdivision. Yeah, that might tick the neighbors off then. All right, so we're getting down here to the last few minutes, so just kind of recap for those of you that might be coming in late. Just kind of give you an idea what to expect this summer for the channel. We're going to go ahead. We'll still do the black powder stuff. I'm going to move into some modern cartridge stuff with a 6.5 Creedmoor. We're going to do some Milsurp stuff as we go along. And there'll be other impromptu videos that pop up over the thing. I'm going to try to keep my upload schedule of 2 videos, or a video every two weeks, excuse me. A video every 2 weeks. That schedule seems to work pretty good for me. So we'll do that. 6-shooter Texan. I'll have to check out Kai's channel. Yeah, he's got some good stuff over there. So yeah, check him out. Get a little bit more info on his bullets that he uses. There was something else I thought I was wanting to talk about on here, but I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the holsters. So somebody was asking me about the holsters. If you still want to order holsters, I still got plenty of leather. Because I had right there the end of last year, I had getting big orders on holsters. I had to order more leather. As soon as all that new leather came in, my orders kind of went down. But that actually worked out for the best because where I was at, I didn't have a lot of time to make holsters. So wasn't able to do them as much. But yeah, if you want to order a holster, just let me know. And I'm only shipping holsters to the United States. Not doing them overseas just because there's so much stuff you got to go through and cost wise too. Last time I sent something to France, it cost me $60. So that's why I don't do overseas shipping. Okay, catch up here on the last few chats here. Thomas Pickering, good chat. Looking forward to the next one. Cheers. Yep. Yeah, hopefully next week we'll have a chat and we'll invite Dustin Weiniger over and Santee from the Arizona Ghost Riders. Michael Ray, got to pull out. Love talking with you guys. Keep up the good work. Look forward if you do a Lee Enfield Milsurp night all. Oh, man, if I get my hands on a Lee Enfield. Oh. If I get a jungle carbine, I'd be a happy man. Dinwoo Rawat. Good morning. Good morning, Dinwoo. Kaido Jama. Duke, for recovery from cold, flu, upper respiratory, etc., buy some good quality ginger root, cut in pieces, and add cinnamon, honey, water for healthy. I haven't tried that, but the last time I messed with ginger, which was just about a month ago, that's actually closed my lungs up. The smell from that. It was not a very pleasant experience. Jake Away Ray, yeah, I'd like a holster. How do I order? Tell you what, I'm going to add my email address here. I'm going to type it in here right quick. So it's Duke Frazier Productions at gmail.com. So you just send me an email to that email, to that address. and let me know what you want, what you're wanting to get a holster for, and we'll see what we can do for you. And 6-shooter Texan, thanks, Duke. Please check out my channel later. Yeah, I've watched a few of your videos on there. Duke, Kaido Jama, Duke. Then vinegar may help you. I've tried vinegar too, and it'll close me up, but not as bad as that ginger root did. Anything eucalyptus, anything mentholated, which is funny because I smoked mentholated cigarettes for a number of years and they didn't bother me, but anything that's got like horse lemon has got menthol in it, it'll close me up. Max Jenner, you've been on for like 2 hours. Whack. Yeah, it went longer than I thought. Kaido Jama, please make more videos making your holsters. I'll do that. I'll show how I make a couple more. Jayquay, will do. Got to hit the bed. Tomorrow, going to make a video comparing 45 Colt velocities out of the Uberti SAA and the 1873 Wind Rifle. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. Yeah, I can't believe it went for 2 hours. This chat actually went better, a lot better than what I thought it was going to. For those of you still here watching, that's why it's titled the Not So Lively Live Chat, as I didn't think I'd get this many folks over here. Yeah, I appreciate all of you coming over to watch this. I consider this a success. So I got 2 minutes here, and then we're gonna shut her down for the night. But if you got any fresh pineapple, oh, I love fresh pineapple, Kaido. I hate the canned stuff, but I love it fresh. Well, if I could find fresh, the grocery store I got it in, they always buy it so fresh that it ain't even ripe. And by the time it gets ripe, it's soggy, and I don't like eating soggy fruit. But yeah, when I can find fresh pineapple, I do. Okay, we got less than a minute. Anybody got a last minute question? Ask them now, because we're going to shut her down here in just a minute. I think this thing lags a little bit. All right. Oop. Kaido, good night, Duke, and everyone. Good job, Duke. Is excellent form, like-minded souls. God bless. God bless you too as well. All right, folks. Well, we're going to call it for the night. If you got any questions that you didn't get a chance to ask, I'll try to do this live chat. Try to do it with Dustin Weiniger here at the end of in the next week. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask us over there. Good time to quit anyway because the train's coming. So take care, all. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.